The Virginia governor we've been talking about all morning, Ralph Northam, he's refusing to resign, saying he was not pictured in that racist yearbook photo from 1984, but that he did darken his face at one point in '84 to resemble Michael Jackson. We're getting reaction from our panel, Democratic strategist Jason Nichols, Antjuan, Seawright, and radio talk show host Kathy Barnette. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Jason, I want to start with you. What the heck happened at that news conference?
It was a train wreck. It was a big problem. He just needs to own up to this and resign. It would be better for everybody if he did so. And this doesn't have to be the end of his story. I think everyone thinks that the governor's mansion or politics is what's important. He can reclaim his name and his credibility if he went and just resigned and started working on trying to empower the African-American community in Virginia.
Antjuan, I'm certainly not going to defend the yearbook. I don't think anybody can. But is there no redemption anymore in America when he sat there and said, look, I spoke to a young African-American campaign aide in 2017. I admitted to him that I had put on blackface. He told me how hurtful this was. I said I learned from it. Does he deserve a second chance?
Absolutely. God is a forgiving God, at least the God we serve. So God will forgive him. But unfortunately, I think that we have to be consistent as Democrats. The same posture and energy we said about the Secretary of State in Florida and other examples when this stuff happened.
Who stepped down after being a period.
I think we have to be very consistent. And at the end of the day, in 1984, painting blackface for Michael Jackson, probably doesn't, that argument doesn't work for me. And we all know that blackface, no matter when it was used, what that represents for most of us. What I'm most concerned about, Ed, is why would this yearbook even publish that photo? Yes, the governor should resign, but why would this yearbook even publish that photo?
It was so offensive. How could they even do it?
Exactly. We're talking about in 1984.
Sure. Kathy, weigh in on all this, but also, as somebody who usually sees things a little bit more from the right, what do you think about the fact that Democrats spent so much time in the Brett Kavanaugh hearings about his high school yearbook and whether he liked beer or not?
Just believe the photo is what I say.
This is medical school when Ralph Northam was much older than a high school person.
Much older, right? But listen, when this racist photo of Governor Northam bubbled up to the top, I was not surprised. Governor Northam is synonymous with the Democrat Party, and we need to all stop pretending that we don't know who the Democrat Party is. No, because the Democrat, I allowed you to talk. I allowed you to talk. The Democrat Party, the Democrat Party is the party of slavery. It is the party of segregation. We saw LBJ had to go to the Republicans to get the votes to pass civil rights because Democrats wanted nothing to do with it. And it is the exact same party today that continuously try to stuff black folks into boxes of identity politics because they think we're all...
you had a chance to make your point. I wanted to be fair. Let Antjuan and then Jason.
It is political malpractice for you to sit here on this Sunday morning to say that the Democratic Party is the part of anything but the part of inclusion. Look at what... No, Kathy.
It is the party of slavery. It is the party of segregation.
Simmer down for a second. It is malpractice for you to sit here and say that when we are clearly the Big Tent Party. Look at what we embrace. Look at who we embrace. If you look at your party, the party of voter suppression, the party of...
Right now, the chickens are
hang on, everyone, time out. I'm going to say
roost.
time out. Please don't use terms like simmer down, and I just don't want to be offensive to all of us here. We're all trying to be
the record will speak for itself in terms of what Democrats are for and who we are. And your party doesn't reflect.
Kathy, let them talk, and then I'm going to let you talk.
Let me just say that I believe racism and white supremacy are nonpartisan. So I think everybody is trying to say, well, this is a Democrat issue. This is a Republican issue. We have issues within our party.
Example yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. And their issue
what about the fact that I'm going to let Kathy... Go ahead.
It was the Democrats who introduced us to just believe the woman, meaning throw facts out the window. And so now I think it's a little hypocritical. I think no, I'm not. I think it's a little hypocritical for now Governor Northam to come out and say, listen to my reasons. He has committed malpractice, and for the 92% of black women who voted for him, he has shown a high degree of insensitivity.
On that point, last one, Antjuan. Ralph Northam was basically calling the president and Ed Gillespie, who he ran against, the Republican racists. There was a pro-Northam ad, a guy in a pickup truck with a Confederate flag trying to run down minority kids. Isn't what she's saying about identity politics, there's some truth to the idea that you're accusing others of racism when it turns out Northam has his own problem?
Well, Ed, I'm from the South, so we believe in that old saying that says sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around someone else's.
And Northam should have done that. I didn't mean you,
personally.
No,
but that will not that will not put a hold on the fact that Ed Gillespie did run a right-wing red meat campaign
And now
towards
we
his
have
base.
the photo of Northam.
Jason, last word.
and a
Well,
racist.
I would say, you know, if you want to talk about Virginia, you still have Corey Stewart, who is pretty much a white supremacist. You have Steve Scalise,
And
who
this
went
is
to
what
a
Democrats do, and here's the reason
went
why
somewhere
the
at
chickens are coming
2002.
home.
Let him finish his
Okay.
point.
Yeah, excuse
All
me.
right,
Because it's irrelevant.
You know.
everyone, thanks for coming in. That's all I'll
You're
say.
welcome.